Las Vegas. For most, the ultimate party destination. A place to run wild and leave the routine behind. But for a pool player, it's so much more. Their ultimate goal, their grandest stage, their biggest moment. It's time to take your Vegas fate into your own hands. 1. Compete and win a local qualifier board to advance to a regional event. 2. Once there, be a top finisher in your own skill level tier. 3. Win a trip to Las Vegas to compete in the APA Pool Player Championships. 4. Own your biggest moment on pool's grandest stage. Take your Vegas fate into your own hands today. Realize your Vegas destiny tomorrow.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, depending where you are in the world. Welcome to coverage of the APA 8-Ball Doubles Championship from Pool Dog Championship Arena here in Las Vegas. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of its Showdown Series being held in conjunction this week with the APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I am joined by the very lovely striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Ava, it's been a long few days, and we've winded the road, and here we are at the last championship to be decided this year.
This is it. It's been a great week. Oh, my goodness. A lot of good playing, a lot of tension here that we've seen in the matches that have been streamed. But we're down to this, do or die.
We've had some great matches. Hopefully, we've got one more in store for you folks. We went from 384 teams in the 8-Ball Doubles event down to the final 2, and we're going to introduce you to them in just a few minutes. Before we do that, let's run through some of the ground rules for our doubles championship. Of course, this event played by APA rules. Generally, any combination of men and women in this final match, you're going to see males on both teams. So players alternate shots, not turns. So, like I said, I would shoot, and then Ava would shoot, and then I would shoot. So we alternate turns. Shots, not turns. One coaching timeout per team per game is allowed, and the matches are played according to the APA 8-Ball Doubles race chart. These players playing for a first place prize of $5,000. Second place is going to take home $2,000. You can kind of see our total here that we've paid out, nearly $750,000 out the door this week, Ava, to lucky amateur pool players all over the country. So congratulations if you have already headed home from Vegas with a piece of that $750,000. Before we meet the finalists today, let's hear a word from our friends at PoolDog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at Pooldog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, Pooldog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
Thanks to our friends at Pool Dog for helping us to bring you this great coverage of this year's Pool Player Championships. So this afternoon, the final 2 teams left standing in the 8-Ball Doubles division. We have from Taunton, Massachusetts, the team of the Swamp Donkeys. That is Jeff Waterman and Ralph Sarode. And we have from Chicago, Illinois, the team of Drunk Tank, which is Scott Esposito and Vince Betger. I believe that was Vince.
Yep.
With the break there for Team Drunk Tank.
Good news, the ball spread open really nicely. The bad news, he did not make a ball on the break. So Swamp Donkeys, what names? Drunk Tank and Swamp Donkeys.
Yeah.
Boy, they get creative with these names.
Both of these teams have a combined skill level of 10, so we got a 4-4 race here. The first team to win 4 games will be your 8-Ball Doubles champions for 2019. At the table now, Jeff Waterman, the highest rated player in this entire match. He is a skill level 6.
His key is to take care of his partner and play smart position where, the first key is to make the ball, but it's to really take care of his partner and play to where his partner has more of an automatic kind of angle to get position on the next. I admire that when you have a especially a 7-3, you see that a lot, where it looks like the 3 is playing like a 5, but simply
Yeah,
because
thanks to their partner.
the 7 takes
position,
care of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And this is Scott Esposito. First time we've had a chance to see Scott. He's a member of the Drunk Tank. Pockets that ball in the corner. Now again, you're seeing Vince Betker. Scott and Vince play out of Pool Hall Junkie. I guess that's their favorite place to play back in the Chicago area. So maybe some folks, I'm guessing, tuning in, watching these guys. I said, how'd you guys meet? They said the bar. I said, all right, good enough.
There's a lot of that.
And now we'll get a chance to see Ralph Sarode. Ralph is the partner of Jeff Waterman for the Swamp Donkeys out of Taunton, Massachusetts. Ralph is a skill level 4. He and Jeff play on I think Ralph plays on Jeff's captain, a couple teams Jeff captained back in Massachusetts, so very familiar with his game. And I guess they met playing in the league.
It's funny with the doubles. I mean, we have some doubles leagues in our area, and I know that they do that from time to time in different league operator areas. And people play together all the time, which a lot of times work because you get to know each other by playing. But every once in a while, you have that thrown together team. We had a team captain's team, that one, and then we kind of helped put them together.
Right.
They didn't have a team, all 3 of them, so. And they clicked and they ended up winning. So you never
That's
know.
cool.
It's kind of a
Chemistry, yeah, is an
yeah.
interesting
Chemistry
thing.
is big.
And so we'll see. Obviously, both of these teams must have pretty good chemistry to have made it to the final 2 out of the 384 that we started with in 8-ball doubles. So we'll see which one of them can maintain that here in the final match of the APA Pool Player Championships. Really been a great week here at the Westgate in Las Vegas. We talked about all the prize money paid out, but a lot of fun had here too, I think, Ava. You know, memories made and
Oh, yeah.
you know, experiences that I'm guessing are going to be talked about for the days and weeks to come by those that were able to enjoy it. So, been a great week. Sad, it's kind of sad to see it go, but I'm ready to go home. So it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate.
You know, 10 days out here kind of wears you down.
It does. It thins out the wallet too.
Yeah, it does.
It does that too.
Being on the road, period, will tend to do that. Especially here, though, everything is very tempting.
Jeff Waterman here.
Obviously, as you can see, the 8-ball is not in the best of positions for this team. Even if they were to run these balls, there's nothing really to break it up. The worst thing you can do, obviously, is run all your balls down to the 8. And if your opponents have several balls on the table, that's going to put you in a really bad disadvantage. I usually say if you're a 2-3, by all means, make every ball that you possibly can if you're kind of a beginner or less a skill level. But when you get to where essentially these are 10s together, so you need to make sure that you kind of have a plan for what's going to happen to that ball that's tied up.
I understand both of these teams played fairly quick matches in the semifinal round. A little surprised when I got down here, and they were both wrapped up. So I think one of them went Hill. So sounds like offensive type players, if I'm guessing, but we'll see how it plays out here. Could be different. Jeff not able to pocket that 10. Brings Vince back to the table.
Nobody's looking too worried about making a ball right now, considering the way the layout is there with the 3, 4, and 8. All it takes is that one shot, though, to be able to do it. You know, Might be able to do it here and draw into them. I think the angle is off just a hair, but if you can, this is a good time to go for it. Well, there's still the 9 and
Yep.
enough balls to get position on if you can do it. No. It's tough to tell. That 8 ball could be bankable. Doesn't really look like that from here, but if you can just get past the 3 ball, it's something you can go after. Swamp Donkeys are from Massachusetts and Drunk Tank from Illinois. Do you know where Swamp Donkeys play out of?
Swamp Donkeys play out of Middleborough Elks Lodge. So I know we got a lot of APA members and teams that play out of different Elks and Moose, and I'm guessing we got some that play at VFW halls. So APA's always been very involved with a lot of the fraternal organizations, lodges, and that kind of thing.
Nice shot.
Got it. All right, see if Ralph can do his part here.
Again, as long as Ralph hits with high, he should be able to clip this 9 ball and have the cue ball go in towards that mess over there. If he just makes the 9, the problem is going to be getting a shot afterwards.
So you're thinking that he's going to bank the 8 into the side, the other side? Is that what you were talking about earlier? That's what he's looking at.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So they've
if
taken
the bank is
timeout
available,
here,
we
yeah.
may be better off. But that means that he's going to have to kind of spin the cue ball to whip it around perfect speed and come around 2 rails.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if he just makes that now, the cue ball is going to go towards those balls. The risk is to get stuck on the 4 ball and be snooker behind the 3. That's the worst case scenario, needless to say.
So they have now used their timeout. The Swamp Donkeys have. I think Jeff immediately called it after that shot. So we'll see if Ralph can do what he's instructed him to do. Got it.
Oh, a little firm.
All right, so we'll see how Jeff wants to navigate the 8 ball here.
He's going to have to kind of cross bank it here.
All right, so he's marked that side, so he's going to try for the bank. Right play here, Ava?
It's the only thing you got, really. I mean, other than, yeah, that's pretty much the only thing you got. Might as well go for it here. No.
Oh.
No. No. Oh, wow.
No, but
He
he's
gets
fortunate
lucky.
that the cue ball hangs up in that corner pocket and does
Wow.
not drop, because that would have been lost a game there for the Swamp Donkey. So guessing Jeff is going to breathe a big sigh of relief there.
And not only that, but he got really fortunate, tough enough to make this 7 ball. Yeah. Well, he takes no
Oh.
time, does he, once he gets down on the
No,
ball?
that was
But you see where the
Steve there.
3-4 is, too. That was not, they weren't going to be able to do anything with that. They would have to break that up or play a defense.
I'm a little surprised at how quickly he
Yeah.
shot that last shot. Because
Well,
now
everybody's got their,
yeah,
you know, everybody's got their
whatever
tempo.
works. Yeah.
It's gotten them this far.
Exactly, you're exactly right. They've navigated their way to here, so. All right, well, Ralph with a chance to put his team up. 1 game to none and race to 4. He's got it. Ralph pockets the 8. That's going to give Swamp Donkeys a 1-0 lead. They will also have the break. Again, thank our friends at Pool Dog for helping us bring you guys not only the coverage of this particular event, but all of our events this week. Great partner of ours, and they've also got some great offers for our viewers out there. If you go to their website, pooldog.com/APA champs, they've got some different offers and things you can take advantage of. So, but we just want to make sure that we really thank them for everything they help us do to bring the world our coverage. That's Jeff Waterman with the break.
Another pretty strong break. Nothing falls, though. Not as open of a table as it was last time.
Well, Ava, if the last 4 championships that we've watched are any indication, it's probably going to be like a hill,
no doubt,
back and forth. We've seen some great matches here in Pool Dog Championship Arena the last several days. So
some great comebacks.
Yeah. That's kind of been the theme of at least the matches that we've seen.
Yeah, it's been great watching. Our 9-ball singles final before was crazy the way he came back. And
Dustin Gunya of Nebraska winning the 9-ball shootout in a pretty big comeback.
And then we had the 4-0 that turned around 4-5.
Oh, you're talking about the orange tier
the
8-ball
orange
the other
tier
day.
that we ended up, the bonus coverage we had.
79 defensive shots, yeah.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't think defensive shot wins matches, you should
go back and watch that one. Just
yeah.
make sure you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's going to take you about 3 hours. But outstanding match.
Yeah, it was great.
Now back to this match. Drunk Tank at the table. Scott Esposito gives ball in hand to the Swamp Donkeys. Ralph Sarode.
Like we said, this is the very, very last match of the entire tournament. There's no pool going on anywhere, no Manias. They're tearing down as we speak in the main rooms.
Yeah, I haven't been back there today, but I'm guessing a lot of those tables are already torn out of there and packed up. It's a pretty amazing system how they do it. In and out, in and out, in and out.
Do you take the lights back to St. Louis, or do they stay
so
here in storage?
So the lights come down and they stay on a trailer that we keep here in Las Vegas.
That makes sense.
So we have a storage trailer out here. We bring a trailer out from St. Louis, but the lights, they actually stay out here. The tables come out on about 3 more trailer trucks, and those go back to Colorado or get used at different events. It takes a lot of gear, no doubt. And the money all gets paid out here, so we don't have to haul all that back. So that's cool, right? $750,000.
Carrying a lot of suitcases there.
There was one year we were shooting we worked with a production company, shot a reality TV pilot, and they wanted to shoot the money. So they put it in like a suitcase, all the money. So I remember having a picture of it, and it was kind of cool. Not used to seeing that kind of money, just all bundled together.
No. Pretty
cool scene. Of course, it was moved around with armed security at all times. And Ralph didn't look too thrilled there, but we'll see what Jeff can do. Again, skill level 6. And like you mentioned earlier, sometimes having that higher skill level of a partner, they can clean up some of your mistakes a little bit easier.
Sure.
There is no shot clock used here.
We kind of let them play. Just do your thing. Because, in the pros, it's easy to have a shot clock for the pros. And on a local level, the pressure here, though, we just say, you know what, go ahead and play. And every once in a while, you have somebody take forever. But usually, it's a normal pace when somebody plays.
Yeah.
The pressure is so high here. If you haven't been in this arena at the end, live stream with all these people watching, you have no concept of how much pressure is on these guys. And these are not pros, which means they're not used to this type of pressure.
I will say there's been some discussions about some type of timer at the World Championships in the team match because of the length of time, especially since we've gone to the 3-point scoring system, which means matches are much closer. But it means they run longer and days run longer and days turn into, you start butting up against not being able to kind of pack up and get out on time. So just something we're looking at. Who knows what the future holds in that regard, but I know it's been at least discussed. So we're always looking to improve, make the event better.
Tricky little shot here. Yeah, that's not easy. Combinations look so easy when you're watching somebody, but it doesn't, you know, it's not. That angle is kind of hard to really tell.
All right, so Drunk Tank's Vince Betger will take his turn at the table. Drunk Tank looking to even up the score at 1 apiece here if they can.
And that worked out really
Yeah.
nicely.
This is Scott Esposito. So Scott and Vince are both skill level 5s.
And as you can see, he plays fast. You know, that shot he ended up missing earlier in the last rack. Oh, they both play pretty fast, don't they?
Somebody was asking about how do you get qualified for the 9-ball shootout. So the way that you get qualified, really the way that you get qualified for any of these tournaments starts with your league operator, right? You talk to your league operator, find out how do I qualify for this event or that event. But if you're talking about specifically the 9-ball shootout or the 8-ball classic, you can go to poolplayers.com/playppc. And there's a little form on there. You just put in your name, your zip code, your email, maybe your phone number. And then what we do is forward that on to league operators like Ava, who can then follow up with them and say, oh, hey, I got a singles board on this date. So real simple. So if you're interested, I would encourage you, don't wait around. Go to poolplayers.com/ppc. I think we've put it there in the comments. You can click right on it, fill it right out, and an email will be sent directly to my inbox, believe it or not.
To your inbox?
Literally, I get a copy. Every time I say it, I want to know if it shows up or not. So
all right.
that's
How
I know
bit of a
if
control freak, are
that's
we?
how I know if our marketing's working. Believe it or not,
That's true.
the
That
stream
makes
is
sense.
marketing, folks. The secret is out. All right, Ralph.
It's a nice little block there of the side pocket. And we'll see. I don't think he can hit the 7-ball here. He's going to have to shoot at the 2, I believe. And we go to the overhead every once in a while, but for those of you who have been watching the matches over the last few days, know that the overhead, you get a little seasick
It's
because
giving us motion sickness.
the air conditioner here is so strong that it's moving the light back and forth. It's not your imagination. It's not the table moving. It's the light.
Yeah,
And that's where the camera is.
That'll be one thing we look to improve on, I think, between now and August when we're back out here is, you know, I don't know if a light's the best solution, maybe more of a truss, kind of like you guys do at the WPBA events where you actually have a structure built above the table and you just got to make sure it has the amount of light.
And as we're talking,
Scott Esposito's pocketing 8 balls and tying up things 1-1 in this race to 4.
like you said earlier, most matches tend to go all the way.
I'm impressed by the crowd we've got that's come back in. I thought after the 9-ball shootout, you know, there's so many people in the 9-ball semis and finals. You kind of get this natural flow of people in here. But then when we move on to the doubles and everybody kind of filtered out, I was like, oh, there's not very many people when I came in. But really, the room has, I don't know, about half full now. So that's kind of nice. Come out to see the last. There you go. Steve's giving us a
You figured that
pan
a lot,
of
a lot of people have gone home by now.
Yeah.
But,
get a shot of Pool Dog Championship Arena, the circular arena that we use.
there are the 4 trophies waiting to be had.
Vince Bedker.
Oh, wow.
Just missed an 8 on the break.
Would that have been a pleasant surprise? That's going to create a lot of issues for both the solids and the stripes.
Better be careful up near that corner. Scott Esposito back to the table.
Again, the teams are from Massachusetts and Illinois.
Yep.
The
Swamp Donkeys are out of Taunton, Massachusetts. Oh, watch out. Oh, boy, we're playing with fire, aren't we, with the with those pockets. It's 2 close ones for the Drunk Tank, but Vince will try to navigate his way out of that spot. Yeah, you're right. That 8 ball is going to make things interesting where it's sitting. Wouldn't take much.
It should be easier for the stripes to get to it because of where the 15 ball is, you can kind of get down below for the 11, but you're going to have to figure out a way to solve that one. Everything else is open in this rack. If you just could take one ball and pick it and drop it in the pocket, then they're looking real good here.
Scott pockets the 6 in the corner.
Yeah, that was a little firmer than he wanted. 5 in the side would have been a smart move there.
Instead, Vince will shoot the 2 in the corner.
And that may be all she wrote, unless you can bank this 1 ball. I don't know if it clears the 15 or not. You just want to make sure if you do something like that, you don't hit it too hard, because you don't want it to hit 2 cushions and make the 8. So it's going to try to bank this 5.
And now we'll see the Swamp Donkeys return to the table. Jeff Waterman.
I would not shoot the 15 ball here, simply because that's a help ball to get to the 11. I would shoot in the 13. All right, played good position there.
So I'm guessing you're heading home from here. You leaving tonight?
I'm
Flying
leaving-
out tonight?
Yeah,
After
red
the
eye.
match. You like the red eye.
No, I don't. I
You just
hate
do
it.
the red eye.
Every time I do, I say I'll
Yeah.
never do it again, and then I do it anyway.
I
so.
can't do it. I leave tomorrow. I can't do
Yeah.
the red eye. Lots of things going on as we move towards the summer session for APA leagues around the country. We've got, of course, summer session. We've got a lot of some teams still like in division playoffs, and we move into the World Qualifier season where all these teams are trying to get back to Vegas in August. Got the junior championships in late June. A lot of stuff coming up over the next couple months. Going to be a busy time. I know it's busy for you guys, right? When's your World Qualifiers?
We actually have 3, 2 8-ball, 1 9-ball. So, and then we have the tri-cups before that, and then
Oh,
we
wow.
have ladies before that. We just did masters. We had our juniors, 8-ball doubles, 9-ball double. You know, it's just been a nonstop kind of
So your weekends are accounted for a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
Until July.
You didn't want a summer vacation anyway, did you?
No.
This has been a vacation. Come on, be honest. Vegas is a vacation. Yeah.
Sure.
It's funny when I talk, you know, people that don't work with us, right? They don't understand. Like, I say, oh, I got to go back to Vegas for 10 days. Oh, that's great. That's fun. And I say, it's fun for 2 or 3 days.
It's
Now,
the
it is-
perfect. If I was playing, like these guys come out here and play, it would be the greatest. You got many manias going on, the tournament going on.
Yeah.
But not playing, you just tend to do a lot of walking around.
Yeah.
And I try to film
working,
all my
and
players.
working long days. Yeah.
Yeah, and live stream all my players. So I'm
Right.
running. We had twice. We had 5 players playing at the same time, and I was running around from one area to the other. So
Yeah. No, it's a good time out here, but it does wear us down. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Where's everybody who works out here just goes home and kind of crashes for a couple days, but.
it is so much fun.
Oh
out
yeah,
here.
we get all pumped up to come out here, and we'll get all pumped up to come back in August for sure. Do it all over again, just at a larger scale, more people, more tables, more money, more heat. Of
More
course,
heat.
it's all outside. We have plenty of cool air in
It's
here,
freezing in
obviously. Yeah.
here. All right, let's see how they're gonna. What plan they made here to get to that 11 ball. This being the higher skill level.
Watch it.
He's a 6. Very smart shot.
There you go.
A little bit luck there, going straight, straight into that 1, which made the cue ball stop. If he would have glanced off it, he could have accidentally made the 8 ball there, even if he hit the 1 ball just right. So it was a smart shot, and it turned out absolutely perfect.
Ralph Sarode here. Takes care of his job. I think the Swamp Donkeys are probably in pretty good shape here. What do you think? Jeff
Yeah,
pockets at 10, and
Yeah, and the fact that Jeff is at skill level 6, he should have no
Yeah.
problem with this 10 ball.
that 1 ball's
Main
kind of
thing
deep
is,
over on that
yeah,
side.
the main thing is to get. He's gonna have to put some power on this to make sure that he gets Ralph in a good spot to make the 8.
Uh-oh. Well,
Well, Ralph should be able to probably make this rail first. I'm not sure if he can or not, actually. Does the ball go by there? He's going to have to kick the other way.
Is that?
It
That's
looks like
surprising.
it does go by,
I
but
don't know.
wow.
I'm a little surprised they're not going to talk about this. We'll see.
They've already taken their time out.
Did they take it this
they
game?
did.
Okay, so that would explain it. No timeout here. Wow. I think Jeff's probably kicking himself a little bit there, and I don't think that would.
You know, if I were Jeff, he's the skill level 4, I would go ahead. If he's kind of 50-50, will it pass, will it not? I would go ahead and try to slide by that one ball anyway and just hit kind of a soft shot. If he does make contact with the one.
Yeah, you're going to foul anyway. I mean, it's
Well,
better to risk.
no, I wouldn't. Never mind. I was
Try to
thinking,
bank
well,
it? 'Cause
I
that's
don't
what
know.
he's going to do.
He's going to try to kick at it.
Now he's going off the rail.
Is he?
Well,
I don't
nope,
think
now
it'll
he's back to
pass.
banking.
The problem is where the 8 ball is. The best thing to do here is go 2 rails.
All right, no guts, no
'Cause
glory,
you can
I
really
guess.
easily scratch on this shot where the 8 ball is, the fact that it's an upper part of the pocket.
No guts, no glory. Got it.
Oh, he did.
Beautiful
Perfect.
shot by Ralph Sarode. Takes deep or exhales, I should say. Holy cow. High risk, high reward there for the team of the Swamp Donkeys. Now up 2-1. Whew. Gutsy shot there. While you're watching us on Facebook, now would be a good time to go ahead and like our page if you haven't yet. Get notifications when we go live here at our championships, or when we post a lot of instruction and that kind of thing. A lot of fun stuff that we put out. So I tend to find that our updates brighten my day when I see them on my news feed. So go ahead and give us a like.
I know locally we also have a lot of, I would say that the majority of somebody on each team has somebody that's on Facebook. It's a very quick, besides the app, that is great. The app is really, majority of the players have it now, but also on Facebook, it's good to be able to post a bunch of pictures or videos, live stream, on the local level.
All of us over 25 have Facebook. It's all the young whippersnappers. Now they're on something different now. They
Well,
don't
that's
even,
their
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. If you
All the old,
want to see all
us
that,
old folks got on Facebook and they went somewhere
know.
else. We joined the party and they decided to move the party somewhere else. But that's why we have Instagram,
Yeah,
YouTube, Twitter.
I don't do Twitter. I don't get it.
You can like us on all of them.
All right, let's see here. Kind of an easier shot to start out with here for Ralph. Pocket that ball, brought it down for the 3 nicely. The 2 ball, the 3-7 being tied up. The 6 ball does not pass, obviously, in that pocket. So a couple of issues here for Swamp Donkeys to continue their run.
You know, we got started so quickly, I didn't get a chance to ask him about the name. The name. I get the other name, Drunk Tank. He said we drank, we met at a
I saw something where
bar.
it said the Moose Lodge. They can call that sometimes.
Is that maybe somebody that's tuning in knows
Somebody
them and can
tuned in and
tell us
wrote
where
that
the
early.
Swamp Donkeys
Yeah.
came from?
You were off on a tangent talking about something, so I didn't have time to.
I know. My wife tells me that all the time, like, you talk way too much.
Parrot.
I'm
All right.
actually Parrot Eagle Owl.
Oh,
Parrot Eagle with a little twist of owl in me.
wow. No,
Except when I'm at home.
no dove, huh?
No,
That's
no,
scary.
not a lot of dove in me. Go figure.
All right.
People are like, what?
I know.
If you're a league operator or one of our staff, you're following along. Ralph trying to keep that hand dry. Keeps blowing on his hand. Oh, just misses that 3 in the corner.
Somebody said about blowing on his finger. If you do perspire a little bit more in your hands, he's just trying to get some of that stickiness off so he can glide the cues smoother. Some people tend to use a glove or something like that. Powder drives me crazy. Powder will just
You
kind
see
of
a
build
lot of
up
the
on the
gloves
balls.
now. Do you wear a glove when
I
you
do
play? You
not.
do not.
No.
You see a lot of players that do though now. It's
Well, if your
gotten
hands
more common.
perspire a lot, then it's not a bad idea. Much better than using some kind of powder of some sort
Yeah.
where it gums up the balls and gets on the cloth and the cushions. And
I wonder who the first player that wore the glove was. I mean, I'm sure they adopted that idea from some other sport where
Yeah,
gloves are used. But
yeah.
I'd be curious, like the first person, they were probably like,
I'm trying
dude,
to
that looks
remember who it
weird.
was.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Was it Earl Strickland by chance?
it could have been.
Because I've seen that guy wear like some crazy contraptions. Like he wears a thing on his elbow and like I don't know.
He has a weight belt on that weighs about 40 pounds that he puts on.
He's an interesting player.
Yes. And the finger extensions, don't forget.
The innovations that have been made in the game over the years, quite amazing.
True, true.
Jeff not able to pocket that 4.
We're going to see what Drunk Tank can do here. These are both skill level 5. They both play fast. They think, get down, and it doesn't take very long before they shoot. That's the longest I've seen him down on a shot yet.
It's my favorite kind of players.
Everything is open. It's right there for them. There's no major issues whatsoever. This is just pocketing balls and making sure that you leave yourself your partner some sort of a shot here. There you go, 14. Gonna come across. The only thing they have to deal with here is, oh wow.
Going for the 9.
He is too, isn't he?
Nope.
No, that's
He heard you.
Yeah, that was not. I don't think he did, but
I'm just joking.
yeah, we have
We're-
plexiglass
yeah.
here, so they can't hear us.
He's still going for the 9.
Yeah, I'm not
Missed
sure
the
why he did that.
9.
Make the 14 the ball there. The only thing you have to do is worry about not shooting, making a leave that's going to go into that pocket where the 3 is at. So sometimes you
folks
just go for the
asking
easiest.
About where the teams are from. So the team currently at the table, the Swamp Donkeys, they're out of Taunton, Massachusetts, where they play at the Middleborough Elks Lodge. Their opponents, the Drunk Tank, are from Chicago, where they play out of Pool Hall Junkies. Are you familiar with Taunton? You know where that's at in Massachusetts, outside of Boston?
Taunton? No.
Yeah.
Nope, nope.
I was thinking it's like a Boston, Chicago thing, but who knows
it's
where
a
they're. I'm not exactly sure where
Boston.
they're from in Boston
Yeah,
or in
Boston.
Massachusetts. So. Oh. Lots of balls hanging on the corners there, on the edge of the pockets today, it seems like.
Well, it's all right here. That 6 ball is the one that they have to worry about. And he's got a perfect way to get to it right here. Try to put a little bit of right spin on it to make it a little bit easier for his partner. All right.
Jeff pockets the 4. We'll see Ralph again here. Again, trying to keep that hand dry.
And this is the shot. Ralph makes this, and the Swamp Donkeys will extend their lead, because I'm sure that Jeff will be able to get a good position on the 8 ball from the 7 hanging right on the side. You know, there's been a lot of discussion, what's the best combination, 7-3, 6-4, 5-5, and it really, or even 7-2, but we had a 7-2 come out here in the 8 ball doubles.
Oh, yeah.
I believe last year, maybe year before.
Do well.
It's they did okay. They did okay, but to even win we have big tournaments when we have our doubles tournament. They're pretty large, and they just connected. They had fun. And I keep trying to tell my players that come out here, you gotta have fun. Don't get so serious now when you get out here just because you want the cash or
Sure.
you're in Vegas.
Well, you got to know there's, I think we had, how many thousand of people we have out here this week? We had 2,500 plus participants. So they're not all going home champs, right? I mean,
No.
only a few of those people, so it's about the experience. 6-7 combination for Ralph.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Well, that was a good shot. Left a good shot here for his
Jeff.
partner to draw it back. Jeff should have no problem in drawing this back for a good shot on the 8 for Ralph.
All right, Ralph with another chance to pocket
oh,
the 8 ball.
We'll see if he can cue this nicely. I'm sure he makes it. If he has to jack up over the 14 at all, that makes it a trickier shot. So a little bit of life for Drunk Tank here, because he is behind the 14 a little bit.
Ralph's going to mark that pocket. I'm guessing he's going to blow. Yep, blowing his hand a little bit more. You know, I've noticed a lot of players, like whether it's chalking a couple of times. I mean, everybody's got like a little routine, right? Before you shoot, you kind of.
Listen, I always teach pre-shot routine, whatever weird little thing you do before.
It's like a trigger mechanism. Got
nice
it.
shot. There you go.
Well, it's
Clear
working
as
for
bell.
him. It's working for Ralph. Pockets the 8 in the corner, gives his team a 3-1 lead. They are now on the hill. One more game for the Swamp Donkeys, and they will be your 8-ball doubles champions. Again, we want to thank our friends at Pool Dog for helping us bring you all the coverage of the Pool Player Championships. Also want to acknowledge our other sponsors, Action Cues, the official pool cues of APA, Aramith Billiard Balls, and our friends at Valley Dynamo, the official pool table of the APA. 300 some odd tables we use out here, all Valley tables. Gets a ball to drop on the break.
2 actually.
2 on the break.
3 actually. The one being the cue ball, which was not a good thing.
No, that's never good unless you're seated, right? Vince at the table.
Stripes it is.
Should probably thank all of our viewers who've been tuning in the last several days. Nice audience out there. A lot of folks dropping some comments. Most of them nice. Some of them meh. But that's normal for the internet. We get that.
There are trolls everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All right, see if we can. These guys can put something together here. It's a nice smooth stroke he had on that shot. These guys are both 5s. That didn't quite come out far enough. The 9 ball is makeable from there. It's a thin hit, and you got to let the cue ball. It's tough to play position from there. Yeah, not quite what they needed. 7 ball's got in the way there for him to be able to make it. So we'll see. I don't know if he can bank this one or not. Not a lot of safeties to do when you have only 1 ball left and your opponent has all theirs left. So I'm thinking that the only thing they've got going for him here is to bank it. Or I don't even see that they can block the pocket in this spot.
The team that wins this event is going to take home $5,000. The runner-up here is going to take home $3,000. So these two teams competing for the difference of $2,000 plus, obviously, the trophy and the title. Steve Esposito at the table for the Drunk Tank.
Not a bad play. It was good speed there to get the ball right in front of the pocket, so he didn't like that bank. Not the best of safes here. He actually left us, that was not a good save at all. He left a bank shot right there. Oh, just missed it. But now there's no missing now for Swamp Donkeys because that ball is hanging right in the pocket. This is the kind of run out though. When there's no other balls on the table, there's no reason why 2 5s or a 6 and a 4 should not get out here. The entire match, Jeff has been very good at putting the
Leaving
cue ball.
Ralph, yeah.
Not just a shot, but a shot where it's automatic position for the next shot. And that's what I admire when you have a 7-3, 7-2, 6-4 play, that they take care of their opponent and make them look like a rock star because they don't have to do anything with the cue ball. It's just pocketing the ball. That
Right. So kind of right on time, some of the keyboard cowboys questioning skill levels. So I'll just weigh in and remind folks that we do have a handicap review committee that reviews the scores of all of these players after every round to make sure that everyone is playing at their true ability. So keep that in mind. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, you hear that all the time.
Well, nobody's ever overranked. Nobody has ever complained.
No, nobody ever says that, yeah. I actually had one guy called me up and complained about a player that she was way underranked.
Yeah.
And saying this going on and on and on about how this player was. And I said,
His
well,
own
who is
player.
it? Who is it? And it was his own player. I just loved it.
Look at that. Snuck that one in there.
Good shot. And he left an easy 2-ball here for his partner.
Matt, we mean nobody's opponent complains that their opponent is overrated, not that you don't complain you're overrated. Swamp Donkeys talking it over here. You know, I haven't seen, I don't think we've seen Drunk Tank take a timeout the whole match.
No, I don't
Seems
think
like
so either.
Swamp Donkeys, each game they've taken advantage of that one timeout per rack.
But it makes sense too, because the other team is 2 5s, so unless it's something to really discuss,
Right.
they're about the same ability. Here you have, he was possibly going for a different shot, and I think that Jeff wanted to make
Stopped
sure
him.
that Ralph went for this 2-ball. Let's take
Yeah.
the last time that Ralph picked a tougher shot, he missed it when he
Yeah.
had a very makeable shot that was going to bring position for Ralph. So again, Ralph's job now is to give it a little bit of an angle here. I mean, Jeff's job is to give Ralph an angle on this one. He doesn't want to leave him straight in. That's perfect. That way.
Kellyanne, the players are a combination of 10. So Ralph is a 4, his partner Jeff is a 6. They are a combined skill level of 10. And the other team is a combination of 10, but they're both 5s. So Ralph pockets the 1.
Natural position out for the 7.
This could be.
Here's the little tougher shot. This is a, again, should make this as a skill level 6 and a natural position for him too to come just 1 rail up for the 8. Or he can go 2 rails. I think he's going to just lag it for 1 rail and come up.
Got it.
Oh, came around 2 rails. Smart shot.
Nice
Well done.
leave for Ralph. And once again, Ralph's going to be left with a very makeable 8-ball. And this one would be for the 8-ball doubles championship. Guessing we'll see some hand blowing here. Come on, Ralph.
A little bit of pressure on this, but I'm sure he appreciates that it's straight in.
No drying of the hand. I'm nervous.
little
I'm
concerned.
nervous. Doesn't phase him.
Well
Pockets the
done.
8-ball.
There it is.
And the
Swamp
Swamp
Donkeys.
Donkeys out of Taunton, Massachusetts are your 2019 8-ball doubles champions. Congratulations to them. Nice embrace. And folks, we've come to the end of the road, and it's been a fun one, but it's time for us to pack up and say goodbye. Before we do that, we're going to hand out some trophies and some money, but we want to remind you that we will be back live at the end of June for the APA Junior National Championships in St. Louis, so you can look forward to that. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.